more Monday Live. Let's do some scrapping today, and I've got a brand new kit to use. Break into this May kit. Right, let's see if it will let me. Yep. All right, here we are. Okay, are we good? Believe so. Don't knock over the sea monkeys. All right. Right. So today, I'm going to break into this new kit, and I've got 2 very spring photos, and I can see you on the chat. So if you want to say hello, you can say hello. If you watch from the future, you can say hello too. And there is a video on my channel that has all of this kit in a nice walkthrough if you want to put it together from your own stash and you haven't done that yet. There is all the stuff that you might need to be able to do that. So I'm going to pull these photos out and choose some papers and get to making some stuff today. How is everyone this lovely Monday? Hello, Scrappin' Fox. How are you? And Lindsay. Hello. Let's see. I'm calling this kit Spring Greens, which makes it sound like a salad. But I'm okay with that. I love both sides of that with this particular set. Happy Bank Holiday for those of you here in a bank holiday kind of mood. Yep. Maybe this stripe and this one. I'm basically pulling out lots of the things that had pink in them. Okay. Those. Hello. Right. Okay, and that's just the cardboard at the end. Let's start with these. Now, you might think I would make a plan for the very first layout of the month because I have the entire kit here to work with. But got up this morning, started cleaning, tidying studio, trying to make it workable, and did much of figuring out where things go and singing show tunes, not so much planning my layout. But I think it's going to be okay. So hi, my name is Shamel. I teach online scrapbooking classes, and I design scrapbooking products. And I teach you how to use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means that anytime I scrapbook on the internet, it is considered advertising. So I thank you very much for coming to watch my advertising, my hashtag advertising. And if you ever have a question about anything that you see here or how things work, please just ask and I would be happy to share that with you. Cool. Right. Let's get a little bit more space here. Because I did that part of tidying where you end up with things in the wrong place before you end up with them in the right place again. Yeah. So I'm just taking all of my scraps from the class that is live now and ended up with, oh my goodness, that is a very greasy surface. Okay. Yeah, I ended up with all of those papers stacked up on my trimmer. And I had just opened a brand new candle, which is burning now, and I picked this up, and that is very sticky and greasy. That's what made me jump. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, I'm going to put it somewhere where it's not going to end up on any layout. All right. It smells really good. It smells like Mickey waffles, so, you know, what's not to love? Right, I want to put this on a white background just so I can have a tiny bit of border around the edge, and also to give it a bit of stability because I'm chopping up one piece of paper. So that's where I wanted to get to my trimmer so that I can take my now waffle scented pans to sorted. I'm going to have this background, just plain white. And you could skip this step, But I just thought it would be a little sturdier, and I'm going to have a little white border around the edge like that. Yeah? Simple, simple. I think that is probably enough. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Diane said she had too much going on yesterday and she missed all of National Scrapbook Day. I hear ya. I found National Scrapbook Day this year really overwhelming. Really overwhelming. So I didn't add more stuff to it. I am going to do a wrap-up post, and I had really hoped to do it yesterday, and then when I sat down to work on it, I was literally so overwhelmed that I was just like, I don't know where to start. And I started it in the evening, and that was a mistake, because my brain was already like, no, you don't have the energy for this. You don't have the energy for looking through everything. So there we go. I still want to do that, but I think it needs to be a morning at my desk kind of project. So maybe I can do that tomorrow morning. Today, if you're not from around here, today is a national holiday, so no school today, no normal schedule today. But then tomorrow everything goes back to normal, so it's just a 3-day weekend. So tomorrow I could have some sit down at my desk kind of time. And then my plan was to then just go and have a look at everything that was on offer, and then make a list of challenges that, one, I really liked and thought were inspiring, and two, would be open for you to turn pages in to do those challenges for at least a week. Yeah? And to make it kind of a little less overwhelming. Yeah. Natalie picked out a few groups and things to follow, and then their challenge deadlines are spaced out across the month. Yeah, because there's so much good stuff. It's overwhelming because there's so much good stuff. And I had a few people write in to be like, is something wrong? You didn't add, you didn't do a set of challenges. But there's so much good stuff out there already that I don't really feel the need to add to it. I'd rather kind of wait until a quieter time and then do a big thing. Does that sound... I used to do these like online crop weekends, and maybe I do something like that when it's not NSD, so that, it's just a little different. So there we go. All right, and I want some ink on this before I stick it down. So let's get a booper. Now, one thing I did do at the weekend, if you hadn't noticed, because scrapbook.com had a sale on NSD that was just for Saturday, oh, Natalie says I should just embrace the Chamel Saturday thing and do that. I could do like an official Chamel Saturday. I don't know how weird it is to name something after yourself, but anyway, right. So where was I going with this? I totally forgot. Oh well. Oh yes, the sale. So there was an extra 5% off on Saturday, and there were 2 freebies. I decided to only get one of the freebies because I had put everything I wanted in my basket, and then I added the second freebie, and it bumped me up to the next shipping bracket. So I decided to just have one freebie because I didn't love the second freebie enough to actually pay for it in the shipping. Does that make sense? Yeah. So Sarah says, have you thought about doing a virtual crop a little bit like Victoria does? I would happily pay to attend a Chamel crop. Well, that's what I used to do, but for free. So yeah, maybe something like that. I need to be careful. I don't want to step on Victoria's toes, of course. And also, weekend doesn't work. This is the thing that we kind of just... I had a few discussions with friends about, if you are lucky enough that scrapbooking gets to be your job Monday to Friday, it's a hard sell to tell your family you're also going to need to scrapbook all day on Saturday. It just doesn't fly anymore. I can't do it. So I need to do something that's more maybe evenings or something, you know, or it just has a lot of flexibility. I don't know. I need to think about it long term and how I could find something that would work for those of you who can't just join in an all day Saturday. Like, it needs to be something different. Yeah. So there we go. But yes, the June kit is now on the usual affiliate link. So I just put it up early. Yeah. And what I will need to go do is I haven't copied and pasted the May kit link in. Oh, do I need a refill? Or did I just get a funny edge? Just a funny edge. Sorry, I was reading the comments at the same time that I was thinking. I shouldn't do that. So the kit, yes, the thing I haven't done is I haven't added the May link. So in the description box right now, it just has the usual affiliate link, which will now take you to the June kit. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Hold on. What's happening here? Oh, no, we're okay. Is it stuck for anybody else or just me here? Let's see. I wonder if I can do that thing that I did the other day that improved it. Let's see. Let's try this. It'll probably freeze for a moment, but see if that helps. It's stuck on my, I'm frozen on my screen. Okay. Keep going and we'll see what happens. All right. Oh. The Adhesive Avengers just told me that it's probably internet on my end that's letting the iPad not see me. Okay, you're not frozen, so I can carry on. That's good. We'll get there. Come on. So yeah, in the description box, you'll get to the June kit, and then when I'm not live later today, I'll go back in and I'll paste in the link that also has May. So if you missed the video for this kit and you want that one, yeah. But if you just go back on my feed a little bit, it's there. Okay, breathe. It's not working for me, but I can still scrapbook. It's all right. So yes, interesting thoughts. I'm reading all your comments about challenges and different ways that you might enjoy them more kind of spread out and stuff. The only thing that spreading them out becomes interesting is at what point is it just a class with me, you know? So I don't know, but I'll think about it. I also am very excited that I came up with an idea that I'm really excited about as an edited YouTube series, but something that really involves the audience, which, you know, is what my sparkly friend was quite loved for. Because sometimes I really laugh because people will be like, but why don't you have Glitter Girl around anymore? And one, Glitter Girl, you know, she's high maintenance, Glitter Girl. But also, it's not like I don't scrapbook on the internet. So sometimes I think it's really funny because some people will only watch Glitter Girl and they won't watch me. Which is fair enough. If that's what you enjoy, that's what you enjoy. Go for it. But it does make me giggle because, you know, hi, if you haven't figured it out, that whole alter ego thing. But anyway, I came up with something that is very much speaking to what's inspiring me right now, but also really involves the audience. So, oh, but hold on. Yes, there is. Right. Have we got it? We got it? Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, the Adhesive Avenger just freaked out and said you're talking and there's nobody there, but I'm broadcasting on the 4G, so that's fine. I just can't see you on my iPad, which is Wi-Fi. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I came up with an idea that I'm really excited about. And so I'm going to do that after the run of the current class. So when Half and Half comes to a close, I'm going to launch this new YouTube series, and I hope that you will be very much up for it Because if there's no audience participation, it's going to fall flat on its face. So, you know, I'm just going to put it out there. But I'm excited. You know how sometimes you just get an idea and then you're like, oh, that's what I need to do. Those moments are glorious. And that was the moment. That was totally the moment. So, yes. Still can't see your comments, but I'm very excited about that. Right. And I'm not being able to see your comments means I can never tell if the layout is out of the frame. Nope, it's okay. All right. Oh, come on. Stacy, there is no such thing as being behind in my classes. Yeah. Everybody who's been around long enough to know this, get on board with me and help me cheer Stacy on. My classes involve no deadlines, no being behind, no detention, no right way to do it. You are entirely free to do it the way you want to do it at your pace. I never want to teach classes where it's just like copy me, because that's to me that's not giving you something to take away and be able to do on your own later. And I want to set you free with things that you can do. That gives me great joy. Okay, other things that give me great joy include lots of pattern paper. So I'm just trying to work out all the different places that I want pattern paper to go here. Some things about my life are very complex, and other things are just about different pieces of pretty paper arranged in an aesthetically pleasing manner. Joy, oh joy, oh joy. Do I bring this one in already? Because it's kind of cherry blossom-ish. All right. Oh! And I'm bringing that branding strip in right away because I love it. I love it. And there's a Jedi giving me a surprise cuddle. Hello, Jedi. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. All right. Okay. We still have no internet, but it's okay. Right. So this little branding strip on that rainbow paper. Oh, we're back. We're back.
But we've got an ad.
Yeah, we've got an ad to go to the gym. All right. Yay, it's working. Okay. Right. Oh, I love this Angie. Angie and her husband just started watching all the Avengers movies. WB, if we started doing that, we're right at the beginning, aren't we? We're still in the Iron Mans. And she giggles and wonders where Glitter Girl is going to show up. I think we should make little spots where, unknown to most of the Avengers audience, secretly Glitter Girl is in the scene, making stuff happen in a sparkly way. All right, so I got this scatter kindness piece. I just love it. But
Why are you cutting it?
Because I wanted it the same width as that. Yeah. All right.
Can I be in this one? Like, put my hand.
Can you put your hand in? They know you're here.
They can put my hand in.
Yeah. Okay. As long as you're, as long as you use your Jedi powers for good. See if Casey shows up, and then you can talk to Anakin.
Yeah, Anakin Skywalker. Right?
Yep.
Anakin Skywalker.
All right. So these over here somewhere, and I've got. Oh, I had the rainbows out. Shouldn't I? I don't know about rainbows yet, but I wanted to get that pink fresh cut part.
Should I wrote something on the back?
Oh, you've got lots of people saying hello. Debbie and Heather and Lindsay says that you make her so happy. Did you just grumble at that?
No, I said, that's a nice.
Oh, that was a nice sound.
That's when I'm like,
Oh, it was an okay.
But I just say it as because I like using my baby voice.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's my baby voice.
All right.
So I said, not.
I'm going to do this pink block here. What is it that you're wanting to do?
Do a tiny, like, build something.
Do you want something from the scraps or?
Scraps.
Okay, so
What's that on my thing?
no, I moved some over here. So if you go down there, do you see how there's a bag of? In fact, I think there's 2 bags of scraps behind the trolley. So you can pick anything you want from in there.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh. Min Min says that she always does something special for May the 4th for her kids, but this year she has no ideas. Well, this year we're doing a week of dress-ups that are Star Wars themed. So, well, 5 days. And so Disney Bound set a challenge, and it's your favorite character. There's a day for the dark side, a day for the light side, a day for droids, and a day for Mandalorian. So then you can take that inspiration anytime, any way you want.
I'm looking at all of the stuff that I can use. Like
So maybe this one
titles.
comes up here. Yeah. Now, do I mat this second photo?
So the Wonder Boy dad is calling me.
Yep. Off you go, WB. Adhesive Avenger is calling you. It's true. Should I mat that one? Or do I have... I gotta kind of get to know the kid a bit. If I got a light blue to mat in, I've got...
You can tell.
There's lots of whispering over there. It sounds exciting, but I don't know what it is. Is it about Crow Friends?
Yeah.
What's happening with Crow Friends?
It's somebody who. It's a thing that says how to befriend crows.
Oh, there's a guy who has befriended the Crow Friends. Oh, it's this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, he's been meditating with them out on the heath. We pass him on the way to school. Sorry. Crow update. Right, Natalie says she can't wait for tomorrow because she has a guy join their team at work who joined on the 4th of May, and his name is Luke. Amazing. Yes. All right, I'm still unsure about what to mat this with. Because I've got 2 blues, but I don't want to cut into either of them because I want them to be full backgrounds. I hate it when I do that to myself.
Mummy, can you cut
I think it's going to be
into
rainbow.
a smaller square?
Yeah? How big a square do you want it to be?
Like, just like.
Can you kind of draw with your hand? Like you want a square window cut out of the middle?
Yeah. No, not in the middle.
You just
That
want a
big.
square like here?
Yeah, but pretty big.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna make a little page.
Let's do like 8 by 8. Yeah?
Okay.
8.
So we're gonna have to do some like a title with it.
Yep.
I've got the smile thing, magic,
Here you go.
life, stream life, best
Square. Here you go. And the scraps. There you go, dude. Enjoy. All right, and I'm going to cut this rainbow paper.
Okay. What goes where?
That's going to go
And mine-
there. Big but not too big, and square but not too square. Yes.
I need space.
Oh, you want to work? Okay.
Done.
All right. That's all right.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I thought you need that basically doing.
You can move things around. It's all right. I'm pretty flexible. All right. So 2 photos. Oh. None of that stuck, Shamal. What you like? What you like?
And look what I can also do. Give you more supplies from the school.
Oh, thanks.
Now if you need any, like, this is some glitter. Glitter. See?
There is some-
It's a glitter dot.
These would look really cute with the cherry blossoms, to be fair.
Then you can actually use them.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. Now you have cherry blossom things that look really cute with the cherry blossoms.
Okay. Is that over that? I'm wondering about not angling them. Let's have a look. Let's bring it down to the blue.
Mommy,
Yep.
on your back you have 2 red spots.
I know. I have red freckles. It's true.
I thought for a second that they were hiding spots.
Nope, they don't hurt. They are because I'm of the generation that didn't have really strong rules about sunscreen when I was your age. So you know how you are like, Mommy, why do I have to have sunblock when I go outside? Yes. This is why. Because I didn't. And my shoulders many times got horrible sunburns, and now I have marks on them. Don't do it. Be careful, people. Be careful. Wear your sunscreen. Right. Moving on.
Especially you, Anakin.
Ah, right.
And all of the other people too. But especially little people, because other people probably, if they haven't done it the last few years, probably won't be safe. Probably. What?
It's never too late. It's never too late to wear your sun cream.
Sorry.
Also, they once turned it into a song. Wear sunscreen. Yeah.
Rewind the day.
Rewind. It's all right. Now, thank you to anybody who wants to give this a thumbs up. There's already somebody who decided that they would like to give it a thumbs down, and you know, what else. But you know, if you want to give it a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. Now let's see. So these are the Vicky B Color Story thickers, and there's a fair amount of Vicky B. Vicky B Color Story in next month's kit. The papers, because the papers were not there in time for it to be in May's kit, but I realized that these would go with both. So if we don't finish these all in May, they will definitely still go with June.
Can you open?
Would you like me to open those? Yes, I can.
Because
I don't know how sticky these will be because they're older, but if you need more glue, you need more glue. If you pop it over here to use that as your work surface, then you'll be all good. Okay. Amanda wants this entire set just for the purple camera. It has a rainbow and it's purple. Yeah. Okay. Gemma says the stripe is... Oh, the stripe paper is lovely with the wood grain. That's just the A side and the B side. Yep. Yeah. All right. And then I have labels and things. So we're going to layer some labels. So we've got these labels, the Pink Fresh labels, and there's the Paige Evans sticker book, which is not really a book. So I've got the pages all separate, and the two that I love the best are these two that are labely, and they're not clear. These are clear. They are matte. Well, I mean, there's gold foil, but this clear, it's not that glossy clear, but I do find clear stickers harder to use than cardstock. But I'm determined, and you know, I've got past things like a hatred of white cardstock, and if I can do that, I can use clear stickers. So here we go. So let's look for pink and blue labels and do some layering, and then the chipboard on top of that. Okay. So I want to bring in some more light blue, and I wouldn't, yeah, and obviously green, because you know green's going to be on every layout in this kit. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. Caitlin noticed that the line in the wood grain and here, they go to the picture, which I really liked about that. Oh, Wonder Boys found a treasure in my supplies.
No, I was looking for a certain thing.
And you found it?
And I found it. I needed a heart.
Ah.
I needed a heart with colour though. And I just found a heart with colour though.
For some reason, I missed this corner with ink and it's bothering me. That's much better. Okay. like this. This must be the place. You're here. I like that combination. Okay. What else we got? What else we got?
Got it. Because I'm going to do a love thing, so I need
Okay.
a heart.
No problem.
Love.
And I think since that's the You Are Here box, I will put a pink geotag on top of that. Oh, hi, Jill. It's all right. I haven't done too much.
Does this star match, or do you think it's too? It doesn't look.
I think you can make it work. I think you can make it work.
Actually, I think it's better if I use an orange. Orange would look a bit better.
What if I pop that one up? Excuse me. Oh, no, I've got Pop Dots out already. Never mind. No excuse me needed. Pop it up, pop it up. That
Does this
fit?
look good?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know where you're going with it, but I'm sure it will be wonderful.
It's a love. I'm gonna spell with red letters.
Oh, no,
Love.
my gonna is wearing off on you.
What do you mean, oh my gonna?
Because I say gonna instead of going to, and it's a terrible, lazy habit of mine.
Going to.
Yeah.
Going to. That's the real word, Mommy.
That's the real word. Yep. Oh, and this one is blue and says fresh air. Let's have that, because these are definitely outdoors.
Mommy, how do I? There are no red L's.
No. So you have to just use the colors that you get in each letter. It's okay. It'll be a rainbow.
No, it's supposed to be red.
Yeah. Let's pop that one up too. Pop it up, pop it up.
I'll just use a
Hello, Amy.
purple. I'll do a few with purple.
Okay.
Ones that I don't have is purple. So, L
All right.
and L.
I feel like I should have planned ahead and done some sort of Star Wars video for tomorrow.
I'll do an L.
I haven't planned that far ahead. But you never know. I mean, I do have a Jedi to my left. I could go take a picture of my Jedi and scrapbook it tomorrow. Would not be the first time I had done such a thing. Also, I need you to know that my desk smells like Mickey Waffles. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Yep, yep. Okay.
What color should it be?
Where now? Something here. I've got this pink label here. Oh, and we'll save that for when museums open very shortly.
To what?
Natalie says, do you have photos in mind when you put the kits together? No. Do you just choose things that you like? So it's more than just choosing things I like, but it's never specific photos because hey, there's Anakin. There you go. It's always a case of maybe that's dark green. It's always a case of me knowing that I can make my photos work, and I'm trying to come up with things that would work for a wide audience rather than just my specific photos. I know I can make whatever I've got work because just because of practice over the years. That's what it is. Yeah. So then okay, so I want light blue and pink here.
How do you spell you?
How do you think?
Love.
Yeah, love is correct. How do you think you spell you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Y.
Uh-huh.
O. U.
Correct. Yeah. I thought you knew that one. Amy says, how does your desk smell like Mickey Waffles? I lit a new candle right before I went live, and it's Mickey Waffles scented. And it smells like waffles and maple syrup and gives, like, I know a waffle is a waffle, but it does smell like breakfast in a Disney hotel. Yes. Right, so I'm going to do this pink one. And so, yeah, it's more than just what I would like. somebody commented the other day to say, could I do a video on how I make the kits? Like, what is my process? And I don't really think I can because, oh, it's too big. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Yep, cool. Whee. Because it could I describe it? Yes. Would we be here for like days? I kind of think so.
You can have this for lasting more than 1 day.
What if I went live for more than 1 day? Well, my phone battery wouldn't last that long. That's for sure.
But would you be able to just swap it for something else and still go live? If your battery could go that long, were you allowed to?
I guess so. I know there's at least one channel that I was subscribed to at one point that does like a 24-hour live stream, but she's not actually there, but her channel is broadcasting. So I suppose, but anyway. Cynthia says, do I typically use one color to ink my edges? And if so, what am I currently using? So my favorite for brown is walnut stain. I will also use vintage photo, but I prefer walnut stain. I just find walnut stain is a little bit more neutral. Vintage photo is very warm. So if you're using it with cool colors, like the blue and the light pink, and that mint's very cool. Then I find the more neutral one works a bit better. Do you want a photo here?
Okay.
I
would like a photo that's like maybe like a loving photo.
So let's see what you can have. Yeah. So I used
I think I just saw one.
Walnut stain is my favorite, and then for black I use black soot. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just giving him some pictures to choose from.
I think this one was first.
Yeah. And just seeing if you wanted any of those. Okay, so pick something from that stack. You got something that works?
This one.
All right, excellent.
I love Mickey.
He's got a Mickey picture.
So it says I love you, and it's a Mickey page.
Yep. All right, so I need blue over here. Okay, so yeah, I'm never gonna do a video that's like exactly how I make the kits, but I'm quite happy to kind of talk about how it works. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to find which one is the best match here.
Could you quickly cut for my love photo?
I think I'll go with this arrow.
This
Yeah.
purple though.
Yeah.
You know how
You want a mat? Okay, so
You know how you do.
yeah, that's called a mat. So what you do is you stick it and then you cut around the outside. Okay. Hello from Pennsylvania. Diane says no to 24 hours because you would not get anything scrapped. Debbie likes hickory smoke. Now, I don't have, that's an interesting choice because I don't have hickory smoke as a normal distress ink. I do have it as, I'm trying to figure out where do I want it? There. Do I want to cover up the two? Oh, Chamel. Is that my only option? Do I just put a tiny blue heart? That's better, isn't it? It is. Okay. Yeah. Natalie says she really enjoys the Glitter Girl episodes that are on putting kits together and would be great to see an updated one based on current style and preferences. Now, the Glitter Girl ones are about making kits from your stash, and I would stand by what's in there. Yeah, they're a little different than the shopping element that I would use for Best of Both Worlds, but not entirely. Yeah. Okay, so those are still available to watch. Yes, the edges that I do are almost always my edges are in regular distress ink. It's very, very rarely do I use Oxide for edges. Occasionally, but very rarely. Yes. Did it go backwards and now you're stuck?
Yeah, but I don't need that. But so.
Did you get enough adhesive?
Yeah.
You just need me to fix it before I use it again. All right. Okay.
So it might be. Well, I might need a tiny bit more of it.
Okay.
So I might need a tiny bit. I'm not that good at using your thing.
Let's see. It's alright, dude. Okay. Yeah, you didn't get anything sticky here. There you go. Okay. Everything has green, pink, and blue. Do I want something more green up there? Oh, there's this tiny green one. That one would work. Okay, let's have the tiny green one.
What I need is this one part that has nothing.
It'll stick with that. That's plenty.
But it does not. This will just keep flapping up.
Oh, you don't like things to flap up? Oh my goodness. Do you see what I've created? I like all my edges loose like this. He wants them flat. Oh my goodness. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Is Hickory Smoke by Mr. Tin? Yeah. So that's another distress color. And I have it in Oxide, but I don't have it in normal distress ink, so I've never used it for edges.
Can you cut around the space, please? Because I can't do that.
I think you could.
But I don't have.
Oh, because you don't have scissors in your hand.
And they're also they're too big for me, so I could get hurt by them.
So just so you know, your scissors are back in your trolley because I tidied them up.
Good.
Okay, there you go. Right, let me scrap these. Okay, then I was going to do chipboard after that. What do you need?
I need another. I don't know.
There you go. Right. So then, right, I wanted more like pink with the contrast. So let's bring this one down here. I've just had a crisis of positioning because this placement is nice if you don't look at what's in the photo, but as it's arrow shaped, does it make it look like I'm pointing to my bum? I don't want that. I probably should move it, huh? Okay. So maybe I move it up here.
What did you mean?
Well, because I had it down here, but then it kind of looks like I'm pointing to my bum. Gemma says yes. Okay. No, let's not have it point to my bum. Right.
Yeah,
I could do it the other way around. So I was going to have one piece up here and one piece down here. I'll have that one there and this one here. And that will be better.
Is this from the kit?
Yes, these are in the kit.
Is
Okay.
everything here from the
So
kit?
this one says so lucky, and this one says right now. Yes, today everything except the white cardstock is from the kit.
What white cardstock this?
The background, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to use some of these pieces as confetti, but I think I will hold on to that idea until the end. Oh, and I have circular pieces. I love the beginning of a new kit where I'm like, whoa, I forgot about this thing. Yes. So, definitely. Okay. They're a mix of sentiments, so they won't all work. Some of them are a bit more real life. What's moving over there? You alright? Okay.
I'm just looking for something to match.
This one, the color scheme is so perfect, but I don't have an icy beverage. This one looks like the Shake Shack logo, so now I feel the need to go to Shake Shack. Oh, Martha says, I've tried to determine what's the difference between distress ink and distress oxide. Oh my goodness, yes. Natalie is correct that there are loads of videos on this, and Jen McGuire has an excellent one. But a summary. So distress ink versus distress oxide. Oh, here, these are two the same color. Yeah. This one is a dye ink, but this one is more painty. It's a hybrid between a dye and a pigment. Okay, so this is more painty. This is going to go on and it's going to dry. Now, they're both distress in the sense that they are reactive to water and they will give you different results than something that just goes onto a stamp and gives you a crystal clear imprint. That's not what they're there for. And in fact, Distress Ink, this one, is not really all that great for just plain old stamping. It's made more. You can stamp with it. It's not going to go terribly wrong. But if you wanted to take a nice intricate stamp and ink it up with this and stamp it and have it come out perfectly, it's not going to work. Amanda says they lack a fear of placing ink pads directly on your layout. There's nothing happening here. They're fine. So yeah, keep in mind that the idea of the whole branding is that they are distressed. So they are never going to give you this sort of like perfect every single time kind of thing. Okay? The idea is that they are inks that will blend, they react with water. There's all different things that you need. And for a long time, I had a healthy, not complete, but healthy collection of these. And was like, I don't need oxides. No, I don't need oxides. Now, I did the same thing with boopers years ago. And I was like, I don't need boopers. And then I had to use boopers for a little bit. And then was like, how did I ever survive without boopers? So, he's raising his hand. Hold on just a moment. Let me finish this concept because I keep losing my train of thought today. Okay, my train's got too many tracks. So, then I tried the Oxide on a whim of going, well, why don't I just see how things work a little differently? And I love this one way better. But there are certain things that work much better with this. But in terms of which one would I say build a rainbow of and which one would I say get the basics, a rainbow of oxides, the basics in Distress Ink. That would be my thing. I recorded a podcast recently, and they asked me one of what product am I like really feeling at the moment, and I said, in case anybody hadn't guessed from watching me, that I was a little late catching the Oxide train, but now I absolutely love it because I think it's a great entry point. It will let you do so many techniques that you may have looked at other people doing and gone, oh, that looks really great, but I'm not all that artistic. I'll never be able to do that and have it look great. It will look great with Distress Oxide. It's a really easy entry point. So yeah, there we go. Right, WB had his hand in the air. I'm going to answer his question, and then I'm going to talk about Catherine's question about the photos while I scrap. Yes, WB, what's your question?
So, first, why... You said train, and look on your page. You've got a train ticket.
Oh, it's a train ticket. I thought there was a picture of a train and I'd missed it. No, there is a train ticket there. You are correct.
All right. Second, am I doing good with yours?
Are you doing well? Yes, you are.
This is
Do you know who this is?
Yeah, you.
It's me.
And that's why I put Snap, Create, and you.
Yeah.
This is a page all about all of the people who I love and about
Aw,
them.
thanks, dude. Thanks.
And I love you.
Thank you.
I put yours.
So I'm in here and Mickey's in here. I love it. We are in excellent.
And me.
Yeah.
And I've actually put the stuff that you like on it to mean a bit about you. I'm gonna put something about Mickey in here.
Yeah.
So then I can.
Do you want some Mickey stash?
Okay.
Okay.
If you have any.
If I have any.
What?
As if I might have some Disney scrapbooky stuff.
But only Mickey.
Okay, there you go. All right, then Catherine asked, how did I take these pictures? Did I take somebody with me? Or did I take them myself? I took them myself. Tripod. And my camera has an app so that I can use my phone as my remote. If your camera doesn't do that, you can just get a normal remote that's just like a little button you click. most modern cameras will have a compatible remote like that if it doesn't have an app. But cameras out in the last relatively, maybe the last 5 years, if there's an internet connection on them, the chances are you can find an app that will let you control your phone. So basically I can open this app on my phone and I can see through the viewfinder just like I would see on the screen in the back of my camera. And I have all the controls the same as I would on my camera, right? So, but then I can put it on the tripod, I can get into the shot and get it all set up. So see how you will always have one of my hands hidden from the shot? So I get it all set up how I like it, and I put my hand behind my back and I click the shutter like mad. I'm literally just going like this on my phone trying to find the button because I'm not looking at it. And so I'll take a few shots like that, and then it will also let me preview what I took. So I'll look back at it and see quickly what those shots look like, change if I want to change something, take more if I want to take more, and go on like that. But it was 100%. There wasn't anybody else with me. Now, there were lots of people there. Oh, my goodness. But just me with this. And hilariously, so I did a few different things to get cherry blossom photos without anybody in all of the pictures I took, I did not do any photoshopping people out, right? In fact, I don't think I've ever photoshopped people out of a picture. If I have, I don't remember it. But yeah, I know some people really, really do that. Gemma says, surely you don't need to keep clicking. You don't need to keep clicking if you use a self-timer. I don't use a timer. So I'm literally using the shutter button. So I will put it behind my back and I'll make different faces and tilt my head a few different angles. And I just keep clicking the button. And then I'll bring it back out and see what I got. Yeah, but I don't use a timer. It's literally, it takes it when I press the button. Tink, tink, tink. They're Wi-Fi connected. But yeah, in our park, there's a very... Well, I don't know, very famous, very Instagram famous, one of those two things, avenue of cherry blossom trees. And the Instagrammers all come out to take pictures here, but also non-Instagram people take photos here. But it does get busier and busier every year with the joy of Instagram making this a popular spot. So on that avenue, are you going to stick that to this?
No.
I'd rather you not, if that's okay.
Okay. No.
Well, I'm just not sure how it will work. I don't have a way to secure that's not going to break the key.
Sorry.
No, you don't need to be sorry. Show me what you want to do with it, and I can see if I can help. Why don't we later get a hole and tie it on rather than glue it?
Need it.
Are you sure? Okay.
I
Think about it.
You put it in the scrap.
Yeah.
For scrapbooking.
Yeah.
So I thought.
Oh, was it in with the sash?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So I thought I could use it in.
Yeah, and we could sew it on so that it would hold. You don't. Okay. Think about it.
I know.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So there were a gazillion people there. Now, one way that I did it was that I went to the end of the avenue of trees, and then I just arranged my shot so that you couldn't see anybody. And in fact, in this dress, it's not this particular picture, but in this dress, I was able to hide by putting distance between us. There was a group of 4 women taking a photo together, arm in arm, and they're entirely hidden behind my dress just by going to the end of the avenue and then putting myself in between them. And they were facing I wasn't in their picture, and they were hidden in mine. And then the other thing I did was just literally walk 10 yards to the left, where there's more trees that actually have more flowers, but they're not on that avenue where they're all together, and there's nobody there. So this tree was my own for ages because nobody thought to look off the avenue. So explore. Right. A couple of questions about distress sprays. Strays? Strays. No. Right. Georgia says, do you ever use the distress sprays? Apparently I can't use them because I can't say it. I'm tempted, but they seem very messy. No, I don't actually own any of the Distress sprays. Look, I said it correctly that time. It doesn't mean that I don't think they're awesome. It's just not something that I have. And the mist that I have, I almost never use as a spray. I like stenciling with a booper more than I like stenciling with a spray. I'm just not big on lots of spray media, so I don't buy a lot. I went through a phase where I bought a lot, but I don't love it now. Yeah, so there we go. Elaine points out that both Dina and Diane's, I just put their names together apparently. Dina Wakely and Diane Reevely's sprays, as well as Tim's, are very much your thing if you want to do full background in an art journal. You want to do something where there's like an explosion of color on a paper that's going to soak it up. That's not really what I tend to scrapbook with, so that's why I don't use them. But it's not that they're not good, it's just not my thing. All right, Sarah says that she had an amazing woman do something similar for her on Brooklyn Bridge and managed to get a picture with no one else in it because of how she lined up the shot. Yeah. It's one of the things that brings me great joy in taking a picture and looking at this like really busy place and then taking a picture where it looks like nobody else is there. I love that. I do it on Main Street at Disney as well, and I love it there too. Okay, Shamal, stop answering questions in scrapbook. Okay, I'm gonna do this blue over here. And then I need a green element over here. So if I got, what was in the, how about these? What have I got in green on here? Oh, this one has no green. This one has an arrow. That'll work. Lindsay says Disney is the biggest challenge. It is a big challenge to get photos at Disney without it looking like there's anybody else there. But when you when you get it, it is such a joy. I love it. So I have a photo of Cassie in front of the castle with absolutely nobody else in the frame that wasn't taken at closing time or anything, and I love it. Yeah. Okay, so this one has all three colors. Here I need something, and I was going to start bringing in that chipboard more if I've got any more pieces. I got some green in the chipboard, a big border piece in green. Do I add in a butterfly? I mean, is that a question when I'm around? There's still three, so I could use those three on a layout. Oh, I kind of want it in here somewhere. Here, where should it be? Up at the top? Sarah has a last person on Main Street photo. I want to do a little like reel or something of all the Disney photos I have that are like my bucket list moments. Here, because I have I've been the last person in the park. I've ridden the carousel with Belle. I've ridden the teacups with the Mad Hatter, and hopefully I will have a photo of that soon. I was actually with a photographer when it happened, and that was January of 2020, but I still don't have photos. So hopefully it will happen at some point. Now, what am I going to do with the third butterfly? Here? Because it's too big to go in with this. There we go. Okay, maybe the third one is going to come down here. What's going to go with that? Yeah, maybe that's something that we should do a little bit more maybe I should do a little bit of content on how to get, not necessarily Disney, but when we go back to a park, I could film stuff there. But how to get those kind of photos when you are at something that's busy, somewhere that's busy, and you want to make it look like it's not busy. Maybe that's something I can help with. I will let that simmer in my brain a little bit. Sarah says, how do you get photos with characters on rides? You have to be very lucky. You have to ride the ride at the same time that a character rides the ride. So when I rode with the Mad Hatter, it was a case of double good luck, because when we got in the teacup, and I was there with a photographer, so it's just her on one side of the teacup and me on the other side of the teacup. And we got in, and I said, oh, how funny. There's a shiny, shiny penny on the floor of this teacup. And I said, like, of all places to find a lucky penny, a Disney lucky penny seems a little bit extra special. And when I was looking at it in my hand, someone came up and said, I'm sorry, is there room in this cup for one more? And that was the Mad Hatter.
Because you knew it couldn't be a grown-up in a costume. Grown-ups can't be in costumes.
Grown-ups cannot be in costumes, no.
So sad.
Oh, Lindsay says, I've never seen a photographer on a ride. No, I had hired a photographer. Yeah. It wasn't a PhotoPass photographer. It was someone I had paid to come take my pictures.
What should I do?
What do you want to do?
I want to make another page, but I can't figure out.
Where's the page you finished?
I finished it. It's right back here. Love you.
Amy says the penny better go on the layout. Oh, cool. I put the penny in the smasher machine and turned it into a Disneyland penny so that I could keep it and never spend it. Okay, title down here, I think. So let's get those green letters in the mix. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. He's been practicing Annie, so now I have that in my head a lot. I say it anyway.
Just thinking about tomorrow. Is a way that comes out so low till there's no hope.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It's one of what the orphan says. So I always say it anyway. I've said it since I was a little girl, but now that you've been doing Annie stuff, it's in my head even more. Yes, I totally recommend hiring a local photographer for part of your time. If you're doing a big trip to the parks and you want family photos, yes, definitely get PhotoPass and use the PhotoPass photographers in the park. But they're always going to be on a let's get this picture taken and on to the next family kind of scenario. So hiring a photographer who can stay with just you and capture exactly what you want and follow you around the park is amazing. And we have photos of the first time we all did Dapper Day together. And so some of you will have seen these, but I have photos of WB sitting on the hubgrass in front of the castle with his bestest studs on and just gorgeous. And that was California that I rode with the Mad Hatter. And Belle on the carousel was California as well. The characters roam quite a lot in Fantasyland there and in normal times. Okay. Yes, dude.
Can you cut the 8x8 square?
I can't.
Out of this, because I couldn't cut an 8x8 square and I kept needing one.
Yes.
I need a 8x8 square.
So welcome to a bank holiday here. If you're joining us late, it's a holiday in England. So everybody's got today off, including WB has no school today. And so I have him, and he's a Jedi today. I have a Jedi scrapbooking next to me. Okay. And I'm gonna... Right. What am I gonna call this? Oh, this is my pink tree dress. That's the story that needs And I'm wearing my curtains.
Wait, wearing your curtains? What do you mean wearing your curtains?
This dress used to be my curtains. Autumn says, if you still don't have the photos, I hope you didn't pay her. I paid in advance. It's an ongoing issue. Moving right along. So there we go. Oh yeah, it's happy reasons that WB has today off. It's fine. Yeah, everybody's got today off. So, Heather says I should call it Blooming Curtains. I don't want to make it a Sound of Music reference because this will tell you what I'm like. This is not my only curtain dress, and I have a legitimate Sound of Music curtain dress. I have a Von Trapp dress that I made to go to sing along a Sound of Music years ago, and I still have it in my wardrobe. And of course I sewed it on the day of. Of course I did. So there we go. So there we go. Yes. Oh, Debbie says, I need a layout for the Von Trapp dress. I think I have scrapped it a long time ago, but I might have to just wear it again because it was definitely in the time before I was doing photos like this. So there we go. Oh, I like that from Bev. Curtain couture. Let's do that. That goes well with the story. Is that your finished page? You're going to do any writing on it? Oh, you didn't want to. Okay.
This was going to be, but I'm going to do some writing on the next one.
Okay.
How about, actually, I have this tiny space here now, actually, that's really annoying me, actually, now.
Oh.
So I think I'll put that in.
So the story behind this cherry blossom dress. So this fabric is the curtains from my studio in the old house, in the flat. And when I took the curtains down, they don't work here in this house. And actually, as it goes, there are no windows that have curtains in this house. There's roller blinds on most of the windows. There's a vertical blind on my studio window. And nothing has curtain rails. So also the windows are not the same size. So I don't have, even if I did put up a curtain rail, I don't have an appropriate window. So I knew that the curtains were done. And I thought, I could pass them on to somebody who would get some joy from them, or I could sew them. And I really liked the idea of turning them into a dress because I really like this fabric. It's Hello Kitty with sakura blossoms, and that's very me. And so I put it in my sewing pile. I washed them and I put it in my sewing pile. And they kept getting pushed to the bottom because it wasn't something that was high priority. And eventually my sewing pile was getting too big anyway. And so I decided that I would pass the fabric on to the wonderful crafty lady who runs Silly Girl Club, who makes dresses and accessories and other things from old duvet covers. And I have one of her dresses with a vintage Mickey duvet cover, and I love it. And so I went to like a, what do you call it? Like a fair, when it's all different little tables, and they're selling their wares, and it was all on a theme. So it was like a Disney magical theme kind of thing. And she was there, and I brought these curtains with me. And I said, I know this sounds like I'm a crazy lady, but I know that this is what you do, that you upcycle old duvets and stuff, and I have these Hello Kitty curtains. Is this something that you would ever want to sew? And she was like, well, yes. And so we traded the curtains for some ET memorabilia, and all was good. And then she sewed the curtains into a dress, I think 2 dresses. And then when it hit her store, her stuff sells out really quickly usually. And I didn't buy it straight away. I was being very good and trying to keep that idea of let somebody else enjoy it. And then 48 hours later, it was still there. It's like, what am I writing? It's meant to be. Those curtains, it turns out I was meant to wear them because no one else has bought them, and our stuff always sells out. So I bought it.
Why are you meant to wear them? Did the person at the shop saying no one can have it.
No. It was up for sale. It just happened that it wasn't a popular item, and I guess, her audience don't love Hello Kitty. Learn something new every day. But, so I ended up buying it.
For yourself.
Well, no, I had given her the fabric. We traded for the fabric, and then I ended up buying the dress. But I love it. And then when I went to take these photos, there were quite a few Japanese families in the park taking pictures with the cherry blossoms, and this older lady who I assume was there with her grandkids, stopped, and she got all excited and giddy, and she clapped and smiled, and she said, "You match the tree, it's so kawaii." And that was like the most wonderful thing anyone could ever have said to me in that moment. So I was very excited that someone appreciated the kawaii-ness of me wearing cherry blossoms to go take photos under the cherry blossoms.
Wait, was that the day when you took this picture?
Yes. It was very exciting.
And,
so there we go. That is my curtain couture story. So thank you for that title, Bev. Oh, where did we go? You. So that was it. Yeah, she's called Silly Girl Club, and she's super cute. I mean, if you like wearing curtains and duvets. It's cute stuff. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. Oh, you wrote on here. Oh, thanks. Yeah? Oh,
I didn't
awesome.
like me, even though I'm in the picture.
But you love you too.
Yeah.
Excellent. It's the best way to be. High five.
Those are the other people.
Always love you.
I only write the other people because
that's fine.
Everyone knows that I like myself.
Okay.
Everyone would know that.
Everyone would know that? Well, it's a good thing.
Anyone in this picture I like. Yeah.
Definitely.
I still like Daddy, but...
He's not in that picture.
No.
That's all right.
But
do another project with his picture one day.
No, it's not just in the picture. It's all of the people who I love, not just like.
Ah.
I like Daddy, but I love you.
No.
What?
Okay. Moving on. Right. I want some pink here, preferably 2 shades. So, I've got... Oh, I've got this arrow here. So, if I got 2, I do. I'm going to use all 3 of those. The green, the light pink, and the bright pink. So, this light pink one... Yeah, light pink... Oh, hold on. The bright pink is going to go up at the top. No, the bright pink's going to go down here. I'm figuring it out. Okay.
You should use some of my dots.
I should use some of your pink dots. And I've got green dots to put on here as well. Yeah.
Should I let you have some?
Oh, thanks.
Where do you want some?
I'm not ready for them yet, but thank you for the offer.
I'll put them in the middle of us.
Okay. Perfect.
By the way.
Oh, thanks, Nancy. Nancy's very excited to hear your voice today. He has a day off school because schools are all closed today. It's not a bad thing. It's a holiday. So schools are all closed here. Here. There we go. Green. Need some green. Got a green heart. Not my best bet. Yeah.
Ta-da! Landing. Because this is a space one.
Okay. So put that there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll need more.
I wonder if I swap this one for the light blue. This is ever so slightly different. It's like a turquoise. It's not even ever so slightly. But it is a different color. Okay. So what if I bring in that blue arrow that I had discounted earlier, but I had already inked up. Okay, well, yeah, let's do that. And then this can go here. All right. Little gathering there. So I think journaling wise, you've heard me tell that story. It's not particularly short. It's not going to fit there. So I'm going to start it here, and then I'm going to continue it down here. Yeah, so this won't be open. This will be words. Right. Let's do some confetti then. I had three kinds of confetti since I've been given some extra confetti by WB. So I've got the holographic gold chipboard confetti, and I've got green enamel dots.
How have I been giving you confetti?
Oh, Lindsay made the layout from Friday, and it's one of her most favorite layouts ever, and she'd never rolled paper before. Oh, that's a joy. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, right. So I'm going to go on a diagonal here for confetti. Where am I going to start it? It's going to be here. So a heart and a green dot. Which green do I want? That darkest one. Yeah. A green dot. And then I'm adding in these glittery pink ones because WB pointed out that they are excellent cherry blossom confetti. So I'm going to do that.
No, I was just going to use them for mine, and then you pointed it out.
Oh, did I? Sorry, I thought it was
You said that, hey, these would be really good, thank you.
Oh.
You said.
Oh, whoops. I thought it was you.
No,
All right, fair enough. Oh, I messed that up. I tore the back off.
Space.
It's going to need wet adhesive. Okay, can you back up just one smidge so I can open this door and get this? Sorry, did I knock something off?
No, it was me stepping back.
Oh, whoops. Okay. All right.
Anyway, I just need help with spelling adventure.
Okay. Adventure is a word we talked about spelling this morning. So see what you remember. Yes.
Duh.
I'm a bad influence on Elaine, and she's been tearing all the layers lately. Amazing.
Add.
Yeah. Add.
V.
Yeah. V.
And
Yeah. Gold mist.
Adven.
Adven. Yeah, well done.
Yep. That's fine. Adventure.
Sure. And then we were talking about this word that it was the same as overture. And it's not a ch, it's not ch. What was the other way that we could make that sound?
T.
Yes, good boy. Don't mind us, just having a spelling lesson. All right.
T.
Close. There is an E, but it comes at the end. T. What else could it be before the R? U. That's right. T-U-R-E. Well done. All right. What else does it need? So there's going to be writing here. There's going to be writing here. It's got gold on this kind of diagonal over here. Instead of here, it's just kind of tilted up this way, which I like as well. What do you think? Do you think it should have more at this point? Or do you think, actually, no, that's a good place to stop, Shamal? What is your opinion? Do you think it's enough stuff once the journaling is added? Or do you think, actually, Shamal, I expect more stuff? I mean, I know I am known for more. But enough? Not enough. What do you think? Do. Oh, Heather misses the ability to like the chat comments. That's a fair comment. Sarah says it is enough, but that she would also consider more florals. That's a good point. Let's have a look. And And the years fly by. I'm not sure whose name that is. Journal first and then add more. I do that sometimes too, because I often I'll wait and do the journaling off the live. Not because I'm not going to journal. Oh, you missed the R.
Oh.
Right there. Because I am definitely going to journal, but that I have found that sometimes when I journal live, one, I either try and keep talking and I mess up the journaling, or or I stop talking and everyone leaves. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. All right, so I'm going to have a look to see about any other florals I might want to cut out and tuck in. Like, I've got this 2x2 cut apart here. What's in here? Oh, because this is the floral that's in there. So why don't I cut out that one? And maybe this little bit. Yeah, the weather's turning a bit now. Right, let's do that. Let's do this section here.
Space Adventure. Space Adventure. That's good.
That's it. Well done.
Adventure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so cutting out a flower, or like a little bouquet here, a little floral piece. And also, what about the cake paper? Does it have florals?
Okay.
Yeah. Is it just cake or are there flowers mixed in? No, it's just cake.
Should I?
This one. I was trying to think in my head if it was a mix of cake and flowers.
Give you some cake? Do you want cake? Or do you want...
Do I want cake? No, I was looking for florals.
I meant to like...
To eat?
No, I meant
Always.
like... I didn't mean to eat, I meant to...
For my stash?
Yeah.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. But the back of this paper had cakes on it. But I couldn't remember if it also had flowers. It doesn't. Heather says, can we go on a space adventure with WB? Where are we headed? That's still wet. Please don't touch.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Should I get new?
You got a tiny bit on your finger, but it didn't spread it on the page, so you're okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Nothing's hurt. There are so many choices with a brand new kit. Yes, totally.
Where do you want to go on our adventure?
Yeah, where do you want to go on this space adventure?
No, weren't they saying?
Yeah, that's what they asked you. Can they come on your space adventure? And if so, where are we going?
Yes.
Where are we going on the space adventure?
To the moon and back.
To the moon and back.
And what am I going to put on this layout?
I don't know. What are you going to put?
What
on
have
this
I
layout?
found down here? Some things. And one of them is...
Some stuff and things.
To the moon and back.
Oh.
It says...
Yes, it
to
does.
the moon and back.
And back.
So... I'm going to get my scissors, cut that part out, and then...
There and here. This is where it needs to be.
Leave this waist cut out.
Allison has just popped in. So yeah, I'm almost done. And then there's a little gap before it appears. Now, I don't know if there's any point in me describing this now at the end of the live. But I ended up describing this in detail on Facebook because people were worried when the replay wasn't there like automatically the moment that I finished, or if the comments were off, people were worried that YouTube had blocked my video just like Facebook had. I've had no problem with YouTube blocking me so far. So far, so good there. However, I don't know if it's just everything on YouTube, because some people say they haven't had this problem. I don't know if it's the size of the channel, the age of the channel. I don't know what it is. But when my videos go live on YouTube, so like when this changes from a live to the replay, the comments get absolutely smashed with stuff that has dodgy links. So my options are kind of hold the video back a little bit, turn the comments off for a little bit until I'm not on their radar. So that's why you will see that I don't appear straight away. So far it's no problem stuff, but it is me holding it back because those comments are seriously dodgy. And I don't want anybody accidentally clicking on something and seeing any of that stuff. And it's just, no, it's bad. Okay, so there we go. So don't worry, but I don't know. I guess that affects more for those of you who watch on the replay, but that gives a little explanation perhaps as to why sometimes there's this weird delay. There?
Can you quickly play this?
Yes, I can. There you go. Heather is totally up for the moon.
So we're going to the moon and back.
Okay. So I added in a couple little flowers. And I think that's where I will stop for now. Oh, there were flowers on here. Hold on. There's flowers. Okay. Let's add these florals too.
By the way, for some reason I had to put in a dinosaur.
Okay, but then we're done. I promise.
Guys, on my page, I'm putting in a dinosaur even though it's a space page.
Dinosaurs in space. That's my kind of thing.
But it doesn't have a space helmet for some reason. Because this thing doesn't.
I don't know if I can put in more. Okay, no, I'm not doing it. Okay, I'll journal on it, and then if it does need more after the journaling, I will do that. Yes. So right, let's do a wrap up with this.
And then my laptop.
And then we will.
Are
you going to do a wrap up too?
I'm also
Okay, so here's my wrap up for today. One, it's a 2-photo, Georgia is making fun of me that I said that's where I will stop, and then I instantly added more stuff. But I pulled it off. It's done. Okay, so 2 photos. They are both portraits, so if you want to see what this would look like with landscape, you could go this direction. Obviously you need to rework your title, but the title could sit here and you'd have this little stack along the middle. That could be really nice. Or the other direction, if you wanted to have your photos up at the top and still put your title down here, I think either way could work really well. You could add a 3rd photo if you wanted to there, but keep in mind if you were using this, if you wanted a branding strip here or any sort of detail here that you really liked, if you had 3 photos here, you're going to lose that detail because you're going to run out of space. So you might want to make the photos a little smaller if you want 3. Okay, so I matted in different pattern papers. That's going to also help me stretch the kit a little bit more than using a giant chunk of one of them. Instead, I've used a small bit of 2. These 2 are the same pattern paper, and I've just pieced it together on the white cardstock. So that paper is now gone from the kit. I've used it all. So there's no more wood grain, and there's no more of that stripe, because those are 2 sides of one paper. But I've got plenty of these labels, so I can do lots of layering of labels like this carrying on. So can you. The only things that I added in, I did add the pink enamel dots, but you could make these little trios out of all green, and you've got multiple shades of green in there if you wanted to mix that up a bit. And the journaling is going to go on this card to start, and then in this space down here too. Oh, and I'm frozen. Can I have my chair for a second so I can fix that? Oh, thank you very much. The freeze will be it. Oh no. Oh, the letter stickers all fell off. I'll help you fix it. Right.
What letter stickers?
Okay, so that is me done for today. Amy says, do you consider this to be a half and half layout with the border? It's not quite half and half. It is offset. But yeah, I mean, it's not far off from a half and half. But it was a nice space in the wood grain paper to make that cup. All right. Right, so that's everything for today. I will be live again on Friday. 9:30 in the morning UK time, or obviously you can watch it on the replay here on the same channel. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to subscribe and hit that bell so that you get a notification when I'm live twice a week or when I have new videos that are edited. And speaking of videos that are edited, if you like stuff that doesn't have me rambling about random rubbish like these videos, then please, please, please check out something like my half and half class, which is going on right now, and you can join at any time, and all of those videos are exceptionally directed and to a point and have no rambling. So there you go. There's a little something for everybody there, and you are always welcome there, and there's a great atmosphere of people who are scrapping along with you and will cheer you on along with me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for putting kits together and scrapping along with me and for sharing what you make. If you do share, if you could use the hashtag ShemelBOBW with stuff that's inspired by Best of Both Worlds, I would love it. Okay, I'm going to end there. Thank you so much.
But I was going to do my last.
Oh, quick. Do you wrap up?
So I'm going to write here, put the space back.
Yeah, we're going to put the letters back on with some bit more adhesive. Yeah. And the journaling's going to go in here. Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. Should we take a picture of your finished layouts when you get them all done and we can share?
You could change, and also if you do have a thing here that has the if you have one that doesn't have a dino or some other space thing, you could just put in this space and you can just do adventure and not the moon part.
Excellent. I love that you put a space helmet on your dinosaur to keep him safe. Or her safe.